takes the same amount of energy to cope with a sub.
She was talking about how it ultimately takes the same amount of energy to cope with a negative experience as it does to expand your capacity to receive more preferred experiences. I was giving someone a one-on-one reading the other day, and she was saying, I feel like I can barely feed myself. How am I supposed to change my career? The wisdom that Spirit had for that was, working in the wrong job for you is like using the wrong fuel source. You can start a fire with cardboard, but you're probably going to want to go grab some actual pieces of wood. It's going to be exhausting to try to feed that fire forever with cardboard. If you have a fire that you're feeding with cardboard, it's always going to feel like the case of like, I can't leave this fire to go get wood because my fire is going to burn out. One of the things the original creator said is we are spending a lot of unconscious automatic energy on coping. Trying to cope with a situation that isn't good for you, isn't working for you, is such an energy suck. What if you were in a situation where you didn't have to use your energy on coping because the situation was already aligned? To transition into a new thing, switch over from a career or a relationship or an approach that's not working for you, it does take energy. And it takes more conscious choice kind of energy, but overall, same amount of energy input. Also, I find time and time again for those people who are operating unconsciously or staying in a place just because it's more comfortable, a lot of the time they rely on that passivity to not have to blame themselves for when things go wrong in their life. So if you operate very consciously and very choice-based, I am directing my life, you take a lot of responsibility, then you also have to take responsibility when things don't go well. And a lot of the time people are stuck in shame paradigms. So when things go wrong, they blame themselves or they think they could have done it better. They don't want to end up in that place of failure where they are the only person they have to blame for their choices. They'd rather have outside forces make choices for them. And in the end, when things go badly, they go, oh my God, I'm just at the behest of all these other people. The expansion of our power always involves the expansion of our responsibilities and the expansion of our freedom. The people who are the best at working with their energy make good investments with their energy. I watch them do work that actually gives them energy back. So it'll be inspiring to them. Or sometimes it's just something that's very easy for them to put a very small amount of effort into, and then they get a lot back from it. So it's a good fuel source for them. Everyone has different good fuel sources because of who they are, their unique personality. If you made me do Virgo energy stuff, like spreadsheet stuff, that would not be a good use of my energy. But I can talk all day. I can make one video a day, easy. But I think it's so important to remember it takes as much energy to cope as it does to change.